What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about how long do you actually need to do no contact and get some type of result, right? Or maybe when do you start seeing results? Now, I wanted to make this video because I've had a lot of clients recently who are in no contact and they're asking a lot of these questions, but I kind of wanted to have a video that everyone can go to that answers a lot of common things when it comes to no contact, right? For his end, like when he's coming back, what he's thinking, so on and so forth, or what does it depend on? So with that being said, here's the first rule of no contact. Oh, well, I'm going to give you a couple rules of no contact. No contact means no contact, okay? Now, before you're all like, I already know that, Elliot, but I mean, a lot of women, you'll be shocked on how many women come to me and they're like, can I initiate? Can I do this? Can I do that? No contact is no contact. I cannot tell you how many clients I have come to me and a guy reaches out and then they have this back and forth with the guy and then they wonder why he's not coming back. There's no negotiating. The guy has to literally be begging, okay, I guess with the exception to the rules, so hold on, let's put this, right? Like the guy has to be begging, and correcting himself and understanding, hey, I made a mistake. What was I thinking? I know what you want. Let's try that. Like that type of stuff. None of this like trying to make you feel guilty or agree to his terms. It's not that I don't like you. I do. I'm just not ready yet. But if you could just give me a little more time, we can work through this. Like I'm willing to work through it. We just got to go slow. No, don't do that. As soon as you do that, you lose, ladies. You lose. You lose. You lose. You lose. Okay. The second rule is it's the last thing to do, okay? Now, this is getting more into the video, okay? It's the last thing you do. Women will come to me and they'll say, when do I do no contact? When's the right time? I don't want to ruin everything. I agree with you 100%. So the reason I tell women it's the last thing that you should be doing is the following. I don't want you to regret doing no contact, and I don't want you collapsing on this, okay? The first rule. So that's why I tell women I want you to give them a couple chances, hear them out, try to make it work, do your part, communicate, try to fix it, find solutions. But after you do that a couple times, right? When I say a couple times, I mean a guy might fuck up on this thing or screw up on that thing, okay. But I mean like the same thing, or they kind of like, they're kind of congruent with each other. For example, if you're wanting a guy to make more effort, but you feel he's pulling away and he's never initiating, like those might be two different things, but they fall under the same category where it's like, hey, I need you to step up, right? And if you tell the guy to step up and he says, sure, I'll try, my bad, I apologize, but then he doesn't, okay, that's strike one, now I have to bring it up again. So then you bring it up again, he's like, yeah, sorry, it's just work. I don't give a shit what the excuse is. He says all this type of stuff, and then he does it again. Okay, well, that's where you need to kind of be like, hey, listen, you're a great guy, and I know you mean well. I just don't feel like it's a priority to you, or maybe you just don't have the time to do this. No hard feelings. I'm gonna back out or bow out though, because I value my time and I feel like I'm just wasting it here. And then hear what he has to say. And if it's not convincing, I guess we can put a little asterisk or thing down here too. It has to be convincing, right? For you to stay. Very convincing. And if it's not, then we're looking for the exit, okay? So on and so forth. So now we're going to put a square here. We're in no contact, okay? Now we're in no contact. And what you have to understand, ladies, when it comes to no contact, it's how long you do it is very dependent on a lot of things. So the first thing I would say is how long you've been talking. How long talking, okay? How long you two been talking. And the reason I say this is, well, there's more important things in this, but the reason I say this is this is for your expectations. I'll put expectations, okay? Expectations. This is for your expectations because a lot of women will be like, oh, I'm in no contact for a month. When am I going to hear from him? But if you've been talking for 9 months and caving in and screwing up and doing all these things you're not supposed to do that makes him feel like you're like, let's say you guys done, I had a client yesterday where her and this guy didn't talk for 3 months, started talking again, started off as friends with benefits, hooking up, but they weren't in a relationship, right? But then she held her ground, said that's not okay. She was willing to walk. Ironically enough, or coincidentally, the guy's like, hey, okay, fine, we'll be in a relationship. So they're in a relationship for a while, and now he's talking about needing space and stuff. You know, the reason he's okay, I was telling her, the reason he's okay with doing this again to you is because you have shown him otherwise you're not going anywhere. Like, I tell women there has to be a consequence to a man's actions. There has to be repercussions. There has to be a cause and effect. Your job is to uphold the structure Mother Nature wants you to in the dating realm, meaning like a guy has to earn it. A guy has to fulfill your needs. A guy has to be a guy and is masculine, provide, protect, satisfy his woman. That does not work in the realm where, with my client, where you're talking for a bit, he's pulling some bullshit, pulls away, okay, comes back, he's getting the benefits, right? You're hooking up with him, you're not even in a relationship, which again, in her credit, she ended up saying like, I can't do that. But again, you created this condition or this circumstance where a guy knows, okay, she's not going anywhere. 2 reasons why. 1, she let him back in after 3 months, okay, and 2, he got right back in. And I tell her the same thing I tell a lot of people, which is you have to understand men are playing the game too. He's looking at all the little variables. He's looking at all the little variables that dictate if he can play this game with you. Because what I told her was, and this is really important, you have to understand this is a game. I say in all my damn videos, I apologize, but this is a game of risk, right? Now think of this. If I want a relationship with you, the worst thing I can do, right, in terms of risk, because it's high risk, is put myself in a position to lose you. That's why I always say that quote, a guy who truly likes you won't put himself in a position to lose you. So it's high risk. So when a guy's asking for space, when a guy's asking to break up or a break, or he's pulling away, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's not really sure about a relationship, because that is literally the worst thing you can do, right, when it comes to losing a woman, a high-value woman. Because a high-value woman would be like, she'll see this as a risk. You'll see it as a risk. He'll see it as, well, in different ways. He sees it as a risk because he's like, I'm not sure, so why am I keep on doing this? But at the same time, if he wants a relationship, he wouldn't be pulling this crap in the first place. That's how you know. Hopefully you guys are keeping up. That's how you know he's BSing you. And like I said, a high-value woman would be like, what the fuck is this? What the hell is this? I'm not putting up with this crap. Like, I'm not putting up with what? You know, so she'll pull away. But the reason, here's what I'm trying to get at. The reason the guy does this, let me change this color. The reason the guy does this, and he's okay with this, is because of what I said earlier. He sees the signs, he sees the patterns, he sees the IOIs, indicators of interest. He sees all these things that you have done, okay, to show him that this is not going to happen, that there actually is no risk. And if anything, it's a benefit to him to pull away because he can have his cake and eat it too. If he's unsure about you and doesn't want to invest anymore, well, it's like, well, why am I going to keep on doing this? I don't want to lose her though because I like her and we have a history and she's a cool chick, but right now I'm not sure. Let's take a break or let me pull away. And then he goes and exercises and his other options and all that kind of stuff. And if it doesn't work, if it's better, okay. If it doesn't work out, then he comes back. That's why I tell women, you have to hold your ground. There has to be repercussions to your actions. Women will come to me and do this shit 3 months later, 4 months later, 5 months later, 6 months later, or after she gave him a million chances and she wonders why she's been doing no contact for months and months and it's not working. It's like, well, hun, because he has nothing to lose. He truly believes you're not going anywhere. He truly believes you're not going anywhere. You know, right? So that's the first thing with no contact. I guess it's dependent on your expectations on, or your expectations should be dependent on how long you were pulling this bullshit and the amount of mistakes you made. The second thing with no contact, which kind of goes back to this, is, ladies, I'm not even going to write it down because it'll take too long, but I can't stress enough how much you have to hold your ground. No contact means I'm never talking to you. Oh, let's put never again, right? Never again. I'm never talking to you again unless you're coming back and you're very convincing that, hey, why should I, like convincing me why I should do this? Because, ladies, you have to understand, you need to be in the mindset yourself of, this isn't good for me. Like, I need to exit. This is a risk. Okay? Like, you have to do that. But what a lot of women do instead is they justify the actions. They like the guy. They wear their heart on the sleeve. And then they wonder why they get taken advantage of or why they keep on getting these situations. Women love to blame men for this stuff, but I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm not trying to blame women, okay? There are piece of shit men out there. But if you keep on running into this situation with different men, and on top of that, you're still running into it with the same guy over and over, that's not men. That's you. That's just a lack of common sense at that point. Again, never want to blame the woman because I know how men are. I was one of those men out there who was emotionally unavailable, saying all this shit, blah, 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 blah. But it's one of those things where it's like, if a guy, again, the reason I say this is because every story I hear from a woman, it's very obvious to me that the guy doesn't want a relationship. The signs are out there. He puts it all out there, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, he puts it out there, subliminally, whatever. It's out there, but women tend to ignore it. If you have a guy who's sending you mixed signals, for example, they're not mixed signals. It's just, that's a man who's just unsure. That's a man who doesn't see you long term. That's just the truth, ladies, but women do not want to accept that. So you have to have a guy coming back who's very convincing and convincing you, who your mind should be made up that, hey, this isn't happening. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to waste my time. So instead of you having to come back, or instead of him coming back and you trying to convince him to stay, you need to flip your mindset and be like, why is this good for me? This is not good for me. Okay, this is complete horseshit. I'm not going to do this. It's crazy, right? And then, of course, women don't do this. They don't listen to me. They take on the risk, and because it's a risk, it's going to happen again. And then they wonder why they're in the situation they're in. But we're not going to go down that path, okay? I just want to let you know, ladies, that when it comes to no contact, unless the guy's begging, do not take him back. It should also be the last thing you do, and you have to understand that your expectations of it should be based on how well you're doing it. I guess I can put that too down here. Like how well you're doing no contact, but how long you're doing it should be based on kind of the your expectations of, well, how long have we been talking? How emotionally unavailable is he? How long have we been doing this back and forth? Have I caved in and shown and done every mistake in the book already? If that's the case, it's going to take a lot longer. But like I said, right, you should be doing no contact as a last resort, because when it's no contact, it's no contact. I'm not hearing from you again, bro. It's over until, or I'm assuming it's over until you're reaching out, okay? So that being said, ladies, if you want to work with yours truly, link is down in the description. You want to get my guides, link is down in the description. I would love to help you guys with your situation. Like I said, I always go into detail with them. I just don't tell women, oh, no contact. That's all you got to do, right? And then we just bullshit for the next hour because it's an hour session. No, we break it down hardcore, okay? We really break down everything unique to your situation, why it's happening, how to prevent it, what to do instead, mistakes you made, what you could have, this or that, whatever. So with that being said, ladies, I love you all. Take care and peace.